Man, crazy weekend. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, guys hugging each other. Don't know what the hell Deontay Wilder was thinking. It was a positive. It seemed positive, but man, Tyson Fury set that man up, didn't he? Set the hook, reeled him in, line and sinker. And then Tyson Fury immediately went. Well, there was an interview. Tyson Fury immediately started to say, well, call Deontay Wilder a dosser. And Tyson Fury went on to say he can't understand how Deontay Wilder would want to come and shake his hand and give him a hug, right? After all of the horrible things he said about him. But my thing is this. You're out there in Saudi Arabia, got Deontay Wilder, got a lot of people out there. You got the prince, got the king. We all know when it comes to Saudi Arabia and the Middle East, you can't come out there and decide that you want to fight, you want to cuss, you want to come out there and take your shirt off, and basically you want to act like you're still in the Western world. Like those are things you can't do in Saudi. So for Deontay Wilder, I didn't expect him to fight Tyson Fury, but it seemed like he was just in a good mood, positive energy out there. And then Deontay Wilder goes and he shakes Tyson Fury's hand and gives him a hug. But to me, he should have just been like, hey, what's going on? And kept going. Because with all the, if you say you feel like someone tried to kill you, right? Why would you want to go and hug that person? That's all I'm saying. So Deontay Wilder goes and he hugs him. And what he did, he gave what's his name? He gave Tyson Fury the upper hand. So now Tyson Fury is running with the narrative that Deontay Wilder made all these false accusations about him. And then all of a sudden now, Deontay Wilder wants to hug him. I mean, come on, man. Talking about just, I mean, like that's gamesmanship at its highest level. Could you imagine walking through an event and they're shouting out, bomb squad, bomb squad. You're with your wife, you in Saudi, you're there for business, all this positive stuff going on. Tyson Fury goes out of his way to what I thought he was trying to break the ice. Bomb squad. Deontay Wilder, you know how hard that must have been for Deontay Wilder to say, you know what? Let me go over here and be positive, right? And then Tyson Fury turns, and soon they put a camera in front of him, and he decides the last shot at Deontay Wilder. Now, man, I don't respect that. Now, if you ask me what I think about Tyson Fury and Wilder, anyone who watches the channel, they know there's no proof of any foul play. But there's a whole lot of suspicious activity. And I've done videos. So if you ask me if I think Deontay Wilder has a right to feel like maybe Tyson Fury cheated, I'm going to tell you absolutely, 100%. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole thing about, because I've done videos on it. But what I will say is, y'all pay attention to that event. Saudi Arabia, the Middle East, the UAE, how is it that right now they want to become the hub of boxing? Now, don't get me wrong. They don't want amateurs coming out there. They're not trying to take guys who are just coming out the Olympics with gold medals and silver medals. The Saudis, they're not trying to bring those guys over to Saudi Arabia. Listen to what they said. They want the big names, the big boxing events. Now, my question is this. Saudi Arabia, we know they got money, right? But when we really start to peel the layers back, where is this money coming from? Now, I have an idea. I have an idea. And this is where we got to be, you got to have an open mind on this. You look at the guy who was responsible for organizing that bit and working hand in hand with Prince Khalid and the other event organizers and the networks, right? I did a video on it, man. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but I did a video on it. He's the guy he was sitting there during the post conference with Jake Paul, and was sitting there with Tommy Fury. But that guy and Daniel Kinahan are extremely close. Now, he went on record and defended Kinahan. And this guy is a person out there in the middle of the action when it comes to making these big fights in the Middle East. Now, do I have any proof of this guy Kinahan being involved? No. But most of the time when there's suspicious activity, they always have somebody who's a front man. They always have somebody who's going to be the face. But you never see the guy who's really back calling the shots, putting up the dirt money, the real muscle behind things, right? And the building salute. Hey, what's up, Bully Block? You know, the real muscle, the real brains of the operation, the real corruption. And when I say muscle, I'm not talking about the person who is sitting back in a suit and tie and is out here politicking and making business decisions. No, I'm talking about the guy with the muscle who can come out here and influence events. And you can't make me believe with Kinahan, there were recent pictures. This is what is so crazy. There were recent pictures of this guy, Kinahan, that surfaced with this same individual sitting next to him, and also Badu Jack. I mean, come on. What the hell is Badu Jack? See, this is where let me tell you, this is where I'm telling you, there's so much more going on out there in the Middle East. There's so much more going on out there in Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, right? There's so much more going on that we're aware of. But when you look at these guys bringing these events out there, how? Who in Saudi Arabia is the boxing subject matter expert? Who in Saudi Arabia is the boxing advisor? Who in Saudi Arabia, the Middle East, is the boxing consultant? Who is the guy out there who's able to work hand in hand with various promoters, various networks, but more the promoters, right? The managers. Who's the guy who can sit there and make these things happen? Let me tell you, it's not somebody who's sitting there who just yesterday woke up and decided he wanted to get involved in boxing. Hey, let me give Hearn a call. Let me give this guy a call. Hey, let's work with this old Jake Paul Promotions. That's not how that works. The person who's involved, he's been around. That's what I've been saying since when do Muslims love to see two guys fight? Yeah, I hear what you're saying. The person who's out there, he's been involved in boxing for a long time, and he's still involved. It's Kinahan. Now, a person can say, "Oh man, you don't have no proof." I'm telling you right now, I don't have any proof. But it's called optics. It's called awareness. If you tell me we got a child molester in the neighborhood, and supposedly some child got touched or somebody said something inappropriate to a child, you know what? I'm probably going to suspect that damn child molester in the neighborhood probably has something to do with it. No proof, but just going to probably send things that direction. It's great. I just never knew they were big boxing fans. Yeah, the Saudis, they're all about sports. But I'm telling y'all right now, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, that could be the fourth fight that they're trying to make. That could be why Deontay Wilder hugged Tyson Fury. It didn't make any sense to me. Even Badu Jack going back over there. Damn. What's up, Carolina? Even Badu Jack going out there, Saudi Arabia. Listen to what Badu Jack said. He said, Saudi Arabia is my second home. And I understand, Badu Jack. What's up, Carolina? What's up, this is Rob. I get it. Badu Jack, being from Sweden, think African heritage, Muslim religion. I get it. Well, Islam is the religion. I get it. But when I see pictures of Badou Jack and Kinahan, and now he's out here fighting in Saudi, he goes on to win the Cruiserweight Championship, and it just makes me say, what the hell is going on? That's all. I don't have any proof. What's going on, champ? We got to pay attention to that. So since we're talking about the influence of Kinahan, right? Let's just keep that going. So I'm telling you, I think he had everything to do with that event. But especially, it's more than Kinahan with this. The whole Tommy Fury and Jake Paul thing. Now, I got to be honest with you. Tommy Fury, he let his hands go more. He was more active. But last night I went and I watched Tommy Fury's fight. Let me tell y'all something. I apologize for the win. Since when has Tommy Fury been a goddamn combination puncher? Since when has Tommy Fury been able to float like a butterfly? Fury can scrap. Man, I don't quite agree with all that bully block. And I'm trying to explain why. Since when has Tommy Fury been the kind of person that throws combinations, man? That floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee? Nah, you ain't never seen him do it like what he did last night, man. Nah. But when you look at the fact, this is what people don't peel the layers back. You just sit there and look at what's going on the surface. Peel the layers back. Tommy Fury's got Dr. Usman Sajjad in his training camp. Come on, man. And now Tommy Fury comes out there and able to let his hands go from the first second of the first round to the last second of the 8th round. Come on, man. He's never had that kind of stamina. Yeah, you see where I'm going? That's why for me, it's hard for me to give Tommy Fury credit for that fight. That Usman Sajjad, right? In case people out here are saying, man, why are you talking about this Dr. Usman Sajjad? Who's Dr. Usman Sajjad? Well, I'm going to tell you who he is. He's the guy who's behind Conor Ben's failed ped test. All right? And I've talked about this before, but some of you on here probably, maybe you haven't seen the videos. So just in a nutshell, Dr. Usman Sajjad, he went on record and said, right, as far as European level fighters, he knows for a fact, right? This is the doctor out there in the UK, Usman Sajjad. These aren't my words. These are his words. I know for a fact, 80 to 90% of European top level fighters are cheating. He knows that for a fact. Now, when he goes out and makes these comments, and then he says you're stupid to get caught because it's so easy to cheat and to not get caught. He said the problem is when you do the random blood testing and like VADA and all that, and they come out and draw your blood. He's like, if you're doing certain peds, it stays in your system for 30 days. He said, that's how they can trip you up. This man's talking like a criminal, smooth criminal, Michael Jackson, right? So I said, okay, this man is crazy. He said, but there's ways to get around that too, because there's certain peds you can take that you can take at night that can be out your system in 6 to 7 hours. So by the time you wake up, and if they show up at your front door, it's already out your system. Now, I gave you so that's in a nutshell about this Usman Sajjad. He's the one who was behind, was in Conor Ben's camp giving him them damn peds. Now, after he made those statements, they immediately launched an investigation on him. These are facts. I think he's still under investigation. But then he deleted his social media accounts. Now, let's peel that back even more. So you say, okay, you don't have no proof. You're just talking about Conor Ben. We're tracking with you. The guy was in Conor Ben. Yeah, Conor Ben had the clomiphene. The man ate 3,000 eggs. Yeah, that is crazy. Conor Ben has yet to pass gas. And that man ate 3,000 eggs. So when he does explode, y'all better get the hell out of Dodge. But let's peel it back now. That same Dr. Usman Sajjad that was in Tommy Fury's camp, right? Getting Tommy Fury up to speed for Jake Paul, giving him shit so he could come in there and fight from the first second of the first round to the last second of the last round, right? Now, this is my opinion. Now, he was in Conor Ben's camp. That guy, Dr. Usman Sajjad, he was in Tyson Fury's camp when Tyson Fury first returned to boxing. Remember when Tyson Fury went through all the crap, anxiety, depression? Y'all remember that? That Dr. Usman Sajjad was the guy who was there helping Tyson Fury with his nutrition. Now, once I give you that, you tell me where I'm going right now. So come on, man. There's foul play. Foul play's been taking place with anyone affiliated with this Usman Sajjad. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have any proof. But why in the world would Tyson Fury have someone like this in his camp, right? Why would you have this Dr. Sajjad in your camp? And let's say Tyson Fury didn't know Usman Sajjad was corrupt. Then he goes off into Conor Ben's camp and he does the dirt with Conor Ben. Once you find out this guy is corrupt, he's under investigation, right? Why would you want him in the camp with your brother for what is really the biggest fight of his brother's career? That was probably his brother. That was really Tommy Fury and Jake Paul's first real fight. But why would you want him in the camp? See, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want that guy in the camp with my brother. This guy's corrupt, negative attention. He's saying it's easy to cheat. He's behind Conor Ben's crap. I'm going to tell you why. Because Tyson Fury had worked with him before, and he helped Tyson Fury get through those fights. I think he had 2 fights before he fought Wilder 3 times. So there it is. 5 fights. Then he had Dillian White. Then he had Chisora. And he's always been in Tyson Fury's camp. So Tyson Fury's gone on record and says he trusts the doctor. He speaks highly of the doctor. He has nothing negative to say. Everyone should work with him. And he's supposed to say that. The same way he spoke positively about Kinahan. Now, I'm not making this stuff up. I'm giving my opinion on a few things, but that's what Tyson Fury said. And that's also what about the doctor and also about Kinahan. So when you look at, this is the part that I'm confused about. If Deontay Wilder is over there trying to work business, right? With Shelly Finkel, talking to Prince Khalid or whatever, why would Deontay Wilder be entertaining a 4th fight with Tyson Fury? Now, I'm going to say this, because sometimes people think that I'm biased. I'm not biased. My 2 favorite fighters, Tyson Fury, it's only cheating if you get caught. Well, yeah, I hear you. That's true. But I'm going to tell you this. My 2 favorite fighters are Zab Judah and Chris Bird. So I'm not biased to anyone. But I have a way I see things. But my thing is with Deontay Wilder. Let me just say this. Tyson Fury has more skill, right? So you're not going to get me to come out here and take it to the stupid. Tyson Fury is a better boxer. Tyson Fury has more experience. Tyson Fury has a longer reach. Tyson Fury, just IQ-wise and ability-wise, he's the better. He's the better boxer. He should win fighting a guy like Wilder. Now, I'm not downplaying Wilder. You don't go to the Olympics and get a bronze medal because you're a tomato can. So when people say negative things about Wilder, they're not being fair. I'm being fair. But what I will say is this. For Deontay Wilder, if you feel Tyson Fury cheated you, right? There's a lot, I do believe that Kinahan was involved and Kinahan had some influence. I do believe that Dr. Sajjad helped Tyson Fury to be able to fight from the first second of the first round to the last second of the last round. But if for me, with Deontay Wilder, why would you be entertaining a 4th fight with somebody that cheated you? That's all I'm saying. Why would you do it? Now, that's what I'm asking you all. You guys tell me, why do you think Deontay Wilder would even entertain a 4th fight with Tyson Fury? Now, while you guys are typing that, I'm going to tell you something Deontay Wilder said. And this could be why Deontay Wilder, if in fact they're trying to line up a 4th fight, okay? And then I'm going to go into the whole Tyson Fury and Usyk crap falling apart. Remember, for that 3rd fight, Remember, everybody was like, okay. Deontay Wilder said Tyson Fury cheated, loaded gloves, someone spiked his water. Let's forget about the costume and all that other crap. We all know that that's a little bit crazy. You know what I'm saying? But let's understand this. Deontay Wilder decided he wanted to try to take the law into his own hands. And what Deontay Wilder said, that's why he bulked up. His plan when he got in the ring with Tyson Fury for that third fight was to try to kill him, because he felt like Tyson Fury tried to kill him by cheating, removing padding, having his fists and whatever, different parts of the glove, all the other crap. Some of that stuff Deontay Wilder said, I don't buy into it. The only two things I really buy into is that Kinahan would use his muscle to have some influence, right? To have some influence on what goes going on with those judges, those sanctioning bodies, what's going on with the commission. I do believe Kinahan uses influence for that. And I do believe Tyson Fury cheated by having that Usman Sajjad giving him heads. But the other stuff I'm not sure about. But at the end of the day, why would Deontay Wilder want to come fight this guy a fourth time? You got him in the third time. Your plan was to beat Tyson Fury to death. Didn't work out that way. Actually, Deontay Wilder, he almost got beat to death. You know what I'm saying? He got beat really bad in that fight. And people still believe that there was cheating in that third fight. And I got to question the referee in that fight too, because of the counts, man. I'm not saying Wilder had Tyson Fury out for a 10 count in that third fight. What I'm telling you is that referee doing some bullcrap. If you don't think so, go watch the knockdowns. And you count to 10, do your best referee count of a 10 count. And you tell me what you think. And you'll see that referee, see what this person will try to run me over. That referee gave Fury a long count on the second knockdown. Now, that's a fact. But for Deontay Wilder, why go back out there and even entertain it? It doesn't make sense to me. But Deontay Wilder said something. He said, I don't want to mess up any money. Deontay Wilder, that's what he said. He wanted to try to beat him to death, but at the same time, he didn't want to mess up money. So when he says that, that tells me that, damn, even Deontay Wilder, we understand what he came into boxing for his daughter, but even Deontay Wilder is all about the money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's all about the money. And if you hear what he was saying yesterday, talking about boxing in Saudi Arabia, he said the same thing, man. This is where it's at. Saudi Arabia is becoming the hub for boxing. Look at what's going on. It's so positive here. It's warm here. You know, the money's here. This is where all the big events are happening. It's not happening in Las Vegas no more. It's not happening in New York. And I'm like, damn, Deontay Wilder's saying this. Tyson Fury saying this. Everyone's going on record. And they're basically parroting the same thing. So that tells me that Deontay Wilder, somebody said something. I don't know if this is true. Someone said Deontay Wilder signed some contract with Prince Khalid. You seen how they did Ali, yeah. So when they said something about Deontay Wilder signing a contract with Prince Khalid, I don't know nothing about that. You know, you get people just throw, what's going on, champ? You get people throwing crap out here. You know what I'm saying? That I can't see Deontay Wilder going over there. I don't know nothing about Prince Khalid having contracts for these guys to sign. But what I will tell you is Deontay Wilder is trying to get himself some money. That's all. But one thing I noticed yesterday, I don't know if y'all caught this. Hey, sorry for moving the camera around so much. Where was Malik Scott? That's my question. Every time you see Wilder, you see Malik Scott. Where was Malik Scott? That's what I was looking for. I honestly feel he did an interview this morning on 78 channel. Check it out when you can. Okay, I will. But Malik Scott wasn't in Saudi. You know, when you see Deontay Wilder, especially the last couple of years, you see Malik Scott. Even if Deontay Wilder is with his wife, you always see Malik Scott. If they don't want black champ, no more conspiracy. I don't know about the race thing, man. I don't think that's it at all. But I think it's all. I don't see since you said that, right? Some people do believe, hey, that they don't want a champ depending on the champ's race. I don't know if that's it. What I do know is I think it has to do with the affiliation. But the affiliation. So if Deontay Wilder wants to decide to get in bed with the Kinahan, get in bed with these decision makers who are corrupt, right? I apologize for the wind. If Deontay Wilder was to decide to be on what I'm going to call a quote unquote A team, when I mean A team, is because there's power in numbers. If he was to go that direction, Deontay Wilder would be a champion. And he would stay a champion. But for me, I just don't think, I'm going to tell you this, right? I don't think Deontay Wilder is that kind of human being. But at the same time, he's over there in Saudi now. He's smiling at Fury, shaking his hand, hugging him, blessing, blessing, blessing. He blessing him up, right? He gone Selassie on him. Who knows what happens? Who knows what kind of conversations are happening? Who knows what face is being put in front of him? But carrying a message, carrying in a certain intent, a certain expectation, without Deontay Wilder knowing where it's really coming from. Who's the vehicle behind trying to get Deontay Wilder to commit to certain fights in Saudi Arabia? Because once they talk about, because Deontay Wilder and PBC, y'all got to look at this. And a lot of y'all are smarter than me. Look at when you get a kid that's hungry, right? Yes, Kinahan. If I'm starving, right, and you know I'm starving, right, and I got a car though, but I don't have food, and you can't get to work because you don't have a car. If you're a smart person, right, with a little hustle in you, you're gonna go over there, hey, what's going on, man? Hey, look, we just cooked this. This is a little bowl or whatever. Give somebody a little food. And then what you do the next day, you pass over because you know they don't have no food. And you kind of do the same thing. But this time you say, man, I'm trying to get to work. I'm trying to save up to get a car, blah, blah, blah. And now this person feels the kind of way because they're starving. And they're like, okay, man, this guy giving me a little food. Maybe I'll go ahead and give him a ride now. You see, you prey on people's desires. It's not even a weakness. It's not even a vulnerability. It's their desires. Deontay Wilder leaving, well, whatever the hell he has going on with PBC where he says he's an open agent, right? Why did he want to become an open agent? Because the money. Now we've already talked about this the crap with pay-per-view and PBC and boxing as a whole. The money's just not there. Deontay Wilder obviously wasn't satisfied with the money that he thought he was going to make return to boxing, being the leader of all these people and all this crap and getting the statue, right? He didn't get paid the money he thought he was going to get paid for the Helenius fight. So now, check your Insta, champ. I need to give you a call tomorrow. Okay, Taylor. I checked it. I don't know if you saw it. I gave you a call. But, I know how it is. We all get busy. But if you look now, Deontay Wilder goes over to Saudi Arabia. They know he's frustrated. They know that he's not getting the money he wants. This is the perfect opportunity to come at him and talk about, the man said he wants to fight three times this year. Hey, look, we're basically in the month of March, right? So Deontay Wilder fighting 3 times this year. So they're going to approach him. Hey, we got 3 fights. Hey, maybe they offered Deontay Wilder something like 100 million, 120 million. I know I was late. We're 7 hours ahead. Let me know what time I can call. Okay. No, right now, shit, I don't know, man. The way I got this phone, I don't want to touch something because the live may fall off. But I'll hit you up once I get to the house. I'll go on Instagram. Yeah, tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, you can call me tomorrow. I'm retired, man, so I'm at home. So you can give me a call on Instagram tomorrow. Probably from I'm on Central Standard Time. You can call me anytime from like 10 to 12, man, in the morning my time, because I'm just sitting here taking walks and exercising. But somebody approached Deontay Wilder. I wouldn't be surprised if Deontay Wilder is getting 100 million, 120 million for possibly 3 fights. And who's it going to be against? I'm not sure. But don't be surprised if you see Deontay Wilder in Saudi fighting Eddie Hearn's guys. Let's be honest. Who in boxing has the connections with Saudi? Shelly Finkel? You telling me Shelly Finkel, right? Of all these years, hasn't even thought about bringing Wilder or anyone that he represents over to Saudi Arabia. All of a sudden now, Shelly Finkel has the connections with the Saudis. Man, get out of here with that. Let's not take it to the stupid. There's only one guy that I know of, two guys, really one. It's Eddie Hearn. Actually, Eddie Hearn, Bob Arum, and then Frank Warren. He seems to kind of have some connections too. But outside of that, nobody else really trying to do anything in Saudi. I think Oscar wants to, but he can't come to Saudi with a damn suitcase full of cocaine. Oscar De La Hoya get hemmed up. But really, outside of that, there's nobody. So I wouldn't be surprised if Deontay Wilder and Shelly Finkel work something out with Eddie Hearn to make some fights with a Chisora, with a Dillian White, and then maybe AJ at the end. I mean, honestly, that's what it sounds like to me. Now all of a sudden, Deontay Wilder is on an accelerated fight schedule. That's the same thing they're talking about with Anthony Joshua, having Anthony Joshua on an accelerated fight schedule. Why are they doing that? And they're trying to do them in Saudi Arabia. That's because they're trying to build it up. Now, one thing I will say, and I heard what Deontay Wilder said. Y'all got to pay attention to what these guys are saying. This is how I think they got Deontay Wilder. Now, we don't have all the facts, but he did say, basically, going to be fighting in Saudi, right? This is what he said that told me they were stroking his ego. And this is what I don't like that about people who are so easily manipulated. Because I think Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, and these guys have strong minds, that they're intelligent. But Deontay Wilder has Shelly Finkel with him for a reason. Because Shelly Finkel, I think, is the thinker on the team. But then again, that's his job. That's his role. Deontay Wilder is just a fighter. And when you get in here with these rooms, with these brilliant minds who want something from you, they want something from you. They're not trying to give you nothing for free. But they know that you may be a hard nut to crack. How do we get this person? We know we can't just come and use the wrong approach. Because remember, although some people disagree, the zone used the wrong approach with Deontay Wilder and AJ. They came out and said that. We get it. It's a lot of money Wilder walked away from. But the DAZN rep came out and said they could have done things better. Yeah, it was a lot of money. But as far as Deontay Wilder, when Deontay Wilder said, over here in Saudi, the people love me. They've been so warm to me. And he talked about fighting over. He said, the one thing they haven't had in Saudi Arabia is, he said something about, I'm paraphrasing, like a spectacular knockout. Something along those lines. And he was like, and that's something that they want to see. And I'm paraphrasing, right? And he said, and who's the man to do that job? Who's the man to bring the spectacular knockouts? And when he said that, everybody around him, like the guys doing the interviews, right? They were laughing. I wasn't laughing. I was sitting here like, okay, who told him that? That's what I said. I said, who in Saudi Arabia sat him down and stroked his ego and said, oh, we'd love to have you fight here. You're the best knockout artist we've ever seen. The kingdom of Saudi wants you. You're the best heavyweight. You're the this, you're the that. The most powerful, the most vicious, the most brutal. What's that shit Mike Tyson said? My defense is impregnable. Or whatever the hell Tyson Mike Tyson said. Who sat Deontay Wilder down and gave him that kind of speech and tied up his brain? And then when he starts smiling, starts feeling good, then you're like, yeah, well, this is kind of what we're looking at. And then you slide the contract in front of him. Or you talk about the names you want him to fight. You know what I'm saying? And now you got him there. Shelly Finkel may be like, hold on, Wilder. Let's step outside and have a conversation. But Wilder likes to hear those things about himself. Now, I'm not saying he's naive or gullible. What I'm saying is, you have these, it's like being in an interrogation room, man. You go into an interrogation room with guys who are trained at getting information out of you, they will get information out of you. I don't care how smart you think you are. The only way to outwit someone who's trained in interrogation is to shut up. But then after that, they're looking at your nonverbals. So with Deontay Wilder being in a room with guys who are trained in negotiating, they know how to build you up, how to get you comfortable, how to make you feel a kind of way. And then they start to slowly get you into a vulnerable position, and you don't even realize how you got there. Next thing you know, you're doing like Deontay Wilder is, talking about how Saudi Arabia, and that's what they needed. See, this is what they needed. Yo, we're having a good conversation this morning. That's what Saudi Arabia needed. They don't need Tyson Fury. They don't need Tyson Fury to say how great Saudi Arabia is. They don't need Eddie Hearn to say how great Saudi Arabia is. They don't need Frank Warren to say it. They don't even need Badu Jack. They don't need Terrence Crawford. They don't need anybody who's fought in Saudi Arabia to say it. Because all those names that I just rattled off, whether you like it or not, they've all been associated with Kinahan. So they're supposed to say positive things. Now, Crawford hasn't fought there, but hey, makes me really wonder now, excuse me, where the hell that 50 million was coming from. That's all I'm saying. I know he's got Warren Buffett, he's got connections. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. But when you look at it, they need somebody other than a guy like Fury, than a guy like AJ, than a guy like Eddie Hearn to come out and say something positive about Saudi. Now, you got the one person on the planet, right? This is what it is. The one person on the planet that's involved with boxing, that has a voice in boxing, that really has behind him. Apologize for that, man. Yeah. Uh-oh. Did it fall off? Okay, we're back on. Sorry. Let me stay away from here. The internet. Are y'all still there? Walking by the school, the internet dropped for a second. Okay, thank you. Yeah, my bad. It's sometimes you get these dead spots with the internet. But you get this one person who has a large portion of a race behind him. And there are a lot of people, not only within his race, outside of his race, a lot of people who feel that this person was done wrong. They feel like Tyson Fury was corrupt. They feel like Eddie Hearn's corrupt. They feel like the whole Kinahan thing, it all stinks. And now you get that one person to come out and hug Tyson Fury and to come out and speak positive about Saudi Arabia and boxing in the Middle East, the same place where Kinahan's been at, doing dirt, and has boxing centers. Let me tell you, I don't know what's going to happen as far as what Wilder's. I think a black champion, AJ, is cool with the system of a champ like Wilder from Alabama. That's because some people think, so I live in America. Remember, man, I was 25 years in the military, man. I see every couple weeks, we get new people, new enlistees coming into the office, hundreds of people coming to the compounds, to the base. People think if you're from the South, they think you're dumb. You know what I'm saying? No. A lot of times people think here in the States, if someone's from the South, they hear them with a little Southern drawl, some of them kind of laid back, they tend to think that they're dumb. And that's the furthest thing from the truth, man. But that's just how some people see it. But that's not true. That's why Deontay Wilder has talked about that a little bit. And that's not true. So I hate that there's a stigma like that on there. But what I'm getting at, whatever Deontay Wilder's end goal was when he went to Saudi, whether it was for money, whether it was just to go enjoy the event, I don't know. But I'm not sure whatever his end goal, if it's going to be fulfilled. But I'll tell you what, whatever the end goal was for those people who sat down and talked with Deontay Wilder, I think they met their end goal, which was to have Deontay Wilder say something positive about Saudi Arabia, about boxing in Saudi, and to get him to come. And what they're going to say is bury a hatchet with Tyson Fury. Those were all wins for the Middle East. All wins to me for Kinahan. All wins for Tyson Fury. And to me, it was a huge L, a loss for Deontay Wilder. Now, don't get me wrong. I am glad. I like to see positive stuff. And if he and Tyson Fury, if Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury can sit there, take a deep breath, blow it out, and move forward and say, you know what? Happened. Then, I mean, I had to commend Deontay Wilder. I had to commend Tyson Fury. But that's not the case. Tyson Fury is a snake. Because you give Tyson Fury a microphone, Wilder going to fight AJ next watch. I don't know what he's going to do. But that's honestly what I think, why I think they brought Deontay Wilder to Saudi Arabia. I do. I think they played Deontay Wilder. You got to understand, these people are smart. I'm out here trying to battle with the intelligence of these brilliant minds, with just me being a common sense man. But you can't tell me they brought Deontay Wilder over there to talk big business, to give him a $100 million, $120 million payday across 3-4 fights without Deontay Wilder giving them something in return. Man, come on. Get out of here with that. There's got to be a cost associated with Deontay Wilder coming out to the Saudi Arabia and getting paid the kind of money. We definitely might get that fourth fight with Wilder. Yeah, sure. I believe it can happen. I don't think it should, but I believe it can. But there's definitely a cost associated with them bringing Wilder to Saudi Arabia and possibly putting gazillions of dollars in his pocket. The kind of money that he can't get over there with PBC and Al Heyman right now. Okay? And Showtime. It is what it is. But then again, you know, the relationship, sometimes relationships, especially in business, they're complementary. Sometimes they're supplementary. Right now, it looks like they're trying to make Wilder feel it's going to be complimentary. Look, we need you to talk a little positive about Saudi, about what you experienced here, if you don't mind. And we're going to get everything in place to do for Wilder what Kinahan said he would do for Fury. Now, these are Ben Davidson's words of what he said Kinahan told Tyson Fury. We're going to get you unimaginable wealth. And I think that's what they kind of did with Deontay Wilder over there. I don't know that. We're just having a conversation. But I just don't like it. I don't like it. I think it all stinks. Can't make me believe that, man. When I look at the guy who was behind the event, they're organizing the event. When they did an interview and put pressure on him about being associated with Kinahan, although it'll be associated with him, and why he chooses to still be associated with someone who's supposedly involved with a mob, murders, coming in, influencing, intimidating, bullying people, extorting people in the boxing world, right? Why in the world would you want to be associated with that guy? And this person gets pissed off and starts to say how everyone's so wrong for saying things about Daniel Kinahan. Now, I'm telling you, I need to watch what I'm saying because there may be some suspicious activity over here. Kinahan may send the boys to get me. AJ has to finish Franklin, yeah. But I think Deontay Wilder and AJ is a fight that's coming. Yeah, Caroline, I got to be careful. That damn Kinahan, I got to watch out. Look over my damn shoulder right now. But I think Wilder and AJ is a fight that's definitely going to happen over there, and they could be talking about Ngannou too, but I just don't think so. I think Ngannou would have been there. I'm not aware of Ngannou having any representatives over there or nothing like that. But right now, I definitely think Wilder is AJ and Fury. I think those are two fights that are going to happen. And I just, if you think about it for Wilder, you got to listen to what this man said. He wants to retire from boxing. He wanted 6 fights. He had 1. He has 5 left. He only wants the biggest names. Now, earlier in this live, I said I was going to get on something. Right? You look at Fury and Usyk. You guys help me understand why the hell Fury and Usyk haven't signed the contracts yet. I'm going to tell you why. Because Fury wants more money. Fury not afraid of no damn Usyk, man. How you doing? All right, man. Can't complain. Fury not afraid of Usyk. He wants more money. But at the same time, why would he sit there and play around with this undisputed distinction? That's what I can't understand. You got an opportunity to go ahead and pick up all of the belts. Usyk has 5 belts, only 3 matter. Tyson Fury has the other one, right? What's the problem? That's my thing. Why haven't they signed for the fight? That's the question we got to ask ourselves. But then what could happen, see, we're just having a conversation. But this goes back to what Malik Scott said when Malik Scott said Deontay Wilder wants Usyk. He said that shit months ago. And they said they weren't looking at Andy Ruiz. If they had to fight him, they would. That's not what they're looking at. But when you look at what's going on now, I'm telling you, man, something doesn't make sense. AJ, this is what now I'm going way out in left field with this, right? And I'm taking it to the stupid. I'm telling you right now. I'm not holding my horses. I'm taking it to the stupid. Okay? I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, now this is a fact. I'm gonna come back to taking it stupid right now. I'm speaking of fact. Eddie Hearn has known Kinahan for years. Years, man. He didn't just meet Kinahan when AJ and Tyson Fury were talking about fighting 3-4 years ago. That's not when he first met Kinahan. There are pictures with Eddie Hearn with his face, fat face, right? He had a little fat face, and he's sitting down, chilling with Kinahan, and there's somebody else at the table. I can't remember who it is. But when I saw that photo, AJ used to train in Kinahan gym in Marbella. Well, there you go. There you go. See? But I didn't know that. So when I saw that picture, I said, what the hell is going on? So now I'm back to taking it to the stupid. I wouldn't be surprised if Daniel Kinahan or someone associated with him, right? Now remember, I'm taking it way to the stupid. So I just want to give y'all a heads up. It's coming. If Kinahan was the guy sitting there ensuring that the undisputed distinction doesn't happen. Because you can't tell me, right? Eddie Hearn, all he ever talked about were the belts for AJ. That's all he ever talked about. The belts, becoming undisputed. That's all AJ talked about. That's all Wilder talked about. That's all Tyson Fury talked about. That's all Usyk talked about. Those are the 4 guys that really had an opportunity to fight to become undisputed. Andy Ruiz didn't have that option because when he beat AJ, he had to go right back into the rematch. So Andy Ruiz didn't get an opportunity to go out here and fight somebody and stack up some dough. No, they had him by the gonads. Now you got to come back over here. You got to fight AJ. But you're telling me that Usyk, Fury, Wilder, and AJ. Yeah, he has a lot of power. You're telling me that not one of those guys and not one of those guys in the teens were willing to say, hey, we'll take less, or hey, let's pay him more than what he's worth just to make the fight happen for the undisputed distinction at heavyweight? You can't make me believe that. And now we're sitting here right now, another opportunity for the undisputed distinction at heavyweight, and they can't make the fight. Some people say second AJ fight was fixed. That's why Ruiz gained all that weight. You know what? You bring up a good point, Taylor. You do bring up a good point. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. But you're telling me they can't overpay? I don't think anyone's scared, right? But you're telling me that Tyson Fury is going to draw the line in the sand and push for 70% or 80% of the fight person against Usyk if they fight in the UK. Now that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money. Yeah, it was. Andy Ruiz was a disappointment, man. He didn't perform to his potential. He just fell apart. But you're telling me Tyson Fury wants all that money, but at the same time, it just makes me wonder why the fights aren't happening. They say money. Some people say people are ducking. I'm not sure that's what's happening. But what I do think, now that I'm sitting back, it's been years since we've been watching this. This isn't just something from this weekend that we're paying attention to. Remember, I've been watching this like some of you guys have for a long time. Kinahan is the Saudi's advisor behind the scenes. I told you, whoever that was, I just glanced down the sun, man, kind of creating a little distraction here on the screen. But I know that I told you, I believe it. You can't tell me that. I told you, man. I just need whoever just posted that, post some more in the comments. So to expound on, you don't have to say where you're getting the information from, but expound on what you just said about Kinahan being the advisors to the Saudi. Because I've been saying that. I'm just saying I don't have any proof. That's a fact. Hell yeah, that's a fact. I just, I'm out here looking at hundreds of videos and looking for certain things, and I'm picking up clues. Boy said, damn, yeah. But I can't get anything definitive to bring to people. So I go off on a rant with conspiracy theories, and I keep stressing how I'm a common sense man. I may not have the brilliant mind of these educated negotiators, these educated waves. He gave up Probellum because it was too obvious and moved on straight to Saudi. Why do you think they're getting more involved in boxing? I have proof of it as well. Hey, I believe that because you know what? You make a good point, Wave, because you're goddamn right. They had that damn Super 6 tournament out there in Saudi, wasn't it? Wasn't that Super 6 tournament in Saudi? That Super 6 tournament was in Saudi, wasn't it? Now that we're talking, that's what's so good having a conversation with multiple people. Cause see, you get the juices flowing. Yeah, it was in Saudi. So I'm glad you said that. So again, pop, absolutely, man. Rah! I'm telling you, man. We out here, man. We about to solve the case. You know what I mean? We about to solve the case. We out here cross-examining and everything. We should all be lawyers. We should be detectives, man. I'm telling you. That's why I said this isn't something that happened yesterday. This isn't something that happened yesterday. I told you. But boy, Wave came in, man, and kept the party going with that because I was just like, I was out of thoughts for a second because there's nothing else I could have added to the conversation because I think I've said just about everything I can. Daniel Kaiser Sosa, Duck Champ, he behind you. I know, right? I wouldn't be surprised. Daniel Kinahan, he may pull one of those. He may pull one of them parachute craziness like the Riddick Bowe and Vander Holyfield fight. He may just come land in my backyard. Kinahan and the boys. I don't need that. Not with them Saudis. Somebody coming with a big ass sword chasing me around. But I'm gonna hold my ground, man. I'm not running. I'm not running. I'm shoulder rolling. They swing that sword. I'm shoulder rolling that right there. It's gonna slide right off my shoulder. And then their ass is in trouble. But nah, in all seriousness, man, that makes all the sense in the world. And Kinahan agreed to give Eddie Hearn some of his PROBELLUM fighters. Look at his newest signing. He already gone. Yep. It all, man, all of that, what you're telling me makes sense. And normally I take things with a grain of salt. But with that, it makes sense. Notice how all fighters have to thank the Saudi crown before every sentence. That too contractually agreed. Oh yeah. Hell yeah, they gotta do that. Hell yeah, they gotta do that. Right? You gotta look, it's I forgot what man, I remember when POWs would get captured, they would force them to say certain things. It was that's called shit, man, what's that called? Wow, at Taylor, yeah. No, what's that called? When they capture a POW and then they get the POW to say negative things about their own country and to speak very positively about their captures. God damn, man. I'm having a damn brain fart right now. That's what happens when you retire, man. Brain don't stop, keep firing. It's called I forgot what that's called. When they use a citizen, someone from a certain country to say negative things about the country. Propaganda. That's what it is. Propaganda. Nah, propaganda. That's what that is. That's propaganda, man. They come out here and say, "Oh, there's no more boxing in America. There's no more boxing in Las Vegas." Right? That's propaganda. The big fights are here in Saudi. That's propaganda. Saudi is where it's at. F America. F the UK. They got Tyson Fury to say that, and they got Deontay Wilder to say the big fights aren't in America. Tyson Fury said the big fights aren't in the UK. Now I'm not making that up. That's propaganda, man. Man, I gotta do a video about that. That's exactly what that is. It's propaganda. They're using these guys as puppets, man. But at the end of the day, these guys will get that money. And you got Kinahan out here. I can only imagine when they're sitting there, wherever this room is, and they're having these discussions, right? I can only imagine how they script it. And CHISORA has gone to Saudi to be the link between Eddie Hearn and Kinahan unofficially. Yeah, I was wondering, right? That's believable. I don't know if it's true or not, but what you're saying, it sounds believable. I wondered, right? What the hell is CHISORA's role? Why is CHISORA out here, the same man that threw a damn table at Dillian White? Why is CHISORA in the middle of the action acting like he's Eddie Hearn? Like he's a promoter. Now he's some what's that called? He's a damn, I forgot what the title is, man. But anyway, he's playing like he's governor to make it look more credible. All that makes sense. All that makes sense, man. So now you got CHISORA, who's the chairman of Saudi Arabian boxing international affairs. He's out here doing interviews, talking to everybody. I even saw when CHISORA ran over the prince or the princess. I think it was a female. But I saw he ran over when he was being interviewed by Radio Raheem, who cussed on TV, right? He was being interviewed by Radio Raheem. He ran away from Radio Raheem, just broke away from the interview, and was trying to help this individual, I think it was a female, make sure she got into her vehicle. Now, she had about 1,000 people around her, so I don't know what the hell CHISORA was doing. He needs to shave anyway. I don't know what he's doing with that shit growing on his face. But I was wondering, what rim liquor? Yep. I was like, what is he doing? But now it all makes sense. That's why also What fight was that? No, it was this one. Yeah, it started with a Tommy Fury Jake Paul. That's what I was seeing. Chisora at the press conferences, he stood in for Tommy Fury because Tommy Fury didn't show, and I just noticed he was having more of a presence than I was used to. But Derek Chisora seemed to be very domesticated, and I was like, why? Why isn't he cussing? Why isn't he pounding tables? Why isn't he trying to chase after someone? Why isn't he talking about his big blank, blank, blank and just being a totally nasty, disgusting moron? He was there at AJ Usyk too. Maybe that's when the conversation started happening. They planned it. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. Now, if we peel this back even further, because like with me, right? My dad, I grew up in a household with Islam and Christianity. So I grew up with both religions. So I have a good understanding of both, right? But when I watch, I know how when I went to Saudi Arabia, when I was in the military, I volunteered to go over there as a third country national escort. Just because of my real name, right? The people, they go crazy over you. They hear that name, a Muslim name, they go crazy over you. Oh my God. If they could eat you, they would eat you. So when I went over there, I know how my experience was. But the reason I'm saying that is because I always pay attention to AJ and to Chisora and Badu Jack, because I know Badu Jack is Muslim. I don't think AJ is Muslim, right? I'm a Sufi too, yeah. I don't think AJ is Muslim. But the reason why I'm saying that is because I know AJ being Nigerian, maybe his parents were Muslim or his dad was Muslim. So the fact that he goes over there, he understands the religion. And once they know that if they greet you with Salam alaikum, you say Walaikum salam or the Bismillah and all that. If they know you have that in you, that's it. You're a brother to them. So with AJ, I said, okay, that could be a connection. And then for Derek Chisora, he was originally born in Tanzania. I don't know his religious background, but I would like to think, now I'm assuming that maybe he may come from an Islamic background too. I don't know that. But even if you don't, the fact that you grew up in a diverse place like the UK and people from all religions, all backgrounds, families, the heritage and lineage come from all over the world, the Caribbean, all throughout Europe, Asia, everywhere, right? You get exposed to that. You get to an understanding of religions and cultures, right? And that's extremely important with assimilating and being able to survive socially, right? So now he goes out there and he understands the religion and they latch on to him too, especially if he really does come from that kind of background. So that could be another reason how he ended up in that space because, okay, not just we need somebody, a face here to help push boxing and to kind of help us mask the real dirt that's going on. It kind of can make somebody feel a bit more comfortable knowing that they have another, because faith is really important out there. Faith is really important. That could be something else that kind of played into the decision. Have a guy like, do you find Kinahan fascinating? Do you have a guy like Chisora involved or AJ get so much love in the UK in the Saudi? I find Kinahan fascinating. Yeah, I find him interesting. But I'm gonna tell you this right. If they really wanted to capture Kinahan, it would have caught him. But at the same time, the U.S. and the international community, they can't just run up on the Saudis. You know what I'm saying? You don't just come now and run up on the Saudis. Like, I'm done walking now. You don't just run up on the Saudis. You just don't do that. You can't come out here and decide that you're just going to go out there to Saudi Arabia and try to flush out Kinahan. That's a problem. The United States, man, they have these interests out there. We all know everything boils down to oil, man. It boils down to money. they're not going to sit there, man, and burn those bridges. You know, they're going to be very careful. I mean, at the end of the day, who's Kinahan? You know what I'm saying? I mean, who's Kinahan? It's not like we're talking about that fool in North Korea, the North Korean leader, man. Be safe, bro. Kinahan has hitters all around the world. He might come for you. I know. Man, I'm going to call you tomorrow at 10 to explain everything to you. This thing is not about money. Now, I hear you, Taylor. I don't think so. I don't think so. But what's the name of that leader over there in North Korea? Something Kim Jong Un, right? Kim Jong Un, right? It's not like they're really trying to find Kim Jong Un. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get Kinahan. Nobody thinking about no damn Kinahan. But yeah, that's it. Kim Jong Un. Yeah, it's one thing if Kim Jong Un launched one of them crazy ass rockets or one of them damn he's always talking about all this damn what's that shit, man? Oh, the atomic. These atomic bombs and all this craziness, right? And having a nuclear war and all this. It's not like Kim Jong Un just came and blew up half the United States. You know, they would get him immediately. This is just Kinahan out here doing shit that really doesn't affect anything in the government. You know, but they're trying to get him because you can't be out here killing people. But it is what it is. All they're gonna do is put him in jail and then deport him, right? So as far as they're concerned, he's out the country. He's deported. Hey, well, he's somebody else's problem. But the Kinahan cartel is still kicking up dust, man, in the Middle East, especially back in Ireland and Africa. Like it's what they're doing is serious stuff. And we're talking boxing, so I'm gonna kind of keep it within the boxing. Great video at Bully Block Boxing. I've been checking you out. Keep pushing. Absolutely, keep pushing, man. But you know, when you look at what's going on with Kinahan, he definitely has a presence in boxing. I don't care what anyone says. You just can't make me believe that no one inside of boxing can get a $5 million guarantee. No one over here stateside can get a $5 million guarantee. Come on, man. Canelo gets it. AJ gets it. But outside of that, what are you guys doing? But outside of that, who gets those kind of guarantees? Hey, baby. Outside of that, who gets those kind of guarantees, man? You got to go to Saudi Arabia to get that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's crazy. But I think, thanks, bro. I'm trying. It means a lot. Yeah, Bully Block, I'm going to tell you this. Just be yourself. Just be yourself, man. And you'll be fine. With me, I don't cuss. I don't carry on. That's not my style. But if that's your style, be yourself. Once you be yourself, it comes easy, man. I'm myself. So what y'all get is me. Talk about boxing, joke, like to joke and shit like that. But I'm myself on here. Although I got this different name as this character, but y'all get a whole lot of who I really am, who I really am. You know what I'm saying? Like this is me. This is not someone. I'm not forcing this. This is how I talk and how I carry on every day, man. But I do think this was one of probably the best lives that I think we've had, man. And we don't get a lot of people on here. A lot of people will come through and jump off, come through and jump off. But you know what? I'm interested to see how far do I walk. I walk about 2 hours. About 2 hours, man. Shit, before I had all the knee issues and all that, I used to run for like an hour and 45 minutes. Do you think Tyson Fury uses that, Dr. Uzi? Of course he uses it, man. It's going to get stronger, Hood. Appreciate it. Hey, of course Tyson Fury uses him. Tyson Fury has been using Dr. Usman Sajjad since he returned to boxing, since he's come back. Keep going live. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I will. Dr. Usman Sajjad waved. I did a video about all European fighters do it. Yep. I did a video about Tyson Fury, about Kinahan, about what really happened with Tyson Fury, how he was able to come back from the dead and to get to the top of the heavyweight division again. And in that video, I'm very fair, but I list facts in that video. Now, it's like we talked about earlier in this live. I don't have any proof. that Tyson Fury cheated Wilder. But there's a couple facts. One, Dr. Usman Sajjad started helping Tyson Fury when Tyson Fury decided to come back to boxing. Okay, so to me, that explains Tyson Fury's, is Fury like out there more than AJ in the States? Is Fury liked out here more than AJ? Yeah. People out here don't know AJ like they know Tyson Fury. You know, Tyson Fury's been out here fighting, dressing up in, you know, the red, white, and blue, and he has a big mouth, a big personality. So I would say, I don't know if he's liked more. I would say he's better known. But AJ has an opportunity to grow his profile in the States because he's in Dallas. But AJ is not like Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury will go out into a middle of a crowd and he has a way to command everyone's attention. And next thing you know, Tyson Fury is the center of attention. But AJ is not like that. He's not as outgoing. Yeah. AJ's not as much as of an introvert as Tyson Fury. The bigger the crowd and the louder it is, the better for Tyson Fury. AJ seems to be the opposite. But yeah, Usman Sajjad, he's been with Tyson Fury for a while. Yeah, Usman Sajjad's been with Tyson Fury for a while. And also Kinahan was the words they use, right? The reason I can intelligently speak on these things is because I've been talking about it for so long. And with repetition comes memorization. But the words they use to describe Daniel Kinahan, this is Tyson Fury, and also Billy Joe Saunders was same thing with Billy Joe Saunders. They described Kinahan as a godsend. Billy Joe Saunders too, in case y'all didn't know. Oh, Billy Joe Saunders, hand in hand, Tyson Fury and Kinahan. So and then again, Billy Joe Saunders, Eddie Hearn, Kinahan. So Kinahan's been there for a long time. Yeah, Billy Joe Saunders, right there. There's interviews with Billy Joe Saunders praising Kinahan. I'm telling you, man. Once I started going out there and trying to do some research, I said, "You got to be kidding me, man! This guy Kinahan's been. They say he's been around boxing for a while. They say that his reach goes deep into boxing, way beyond the fighter and the promoter. And when you start doing your research, you see that damn, this is legit stuff that's going on. Like this isn't something somebody sitting back in their house, sitting there in the boxing shorts making this up. Now, why are you the only YouTuber talking about this and the other guys paid off by Kinahan? Yeah, I think we all think out there. Why am I the only one talking about it? I think the same reason why my channel, from the feedback I receive, my channel is different from these other people, man. I don't talk about Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence every single day. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk about that stuff, man. My mind, I think, works a little differently. I really like to talk about everything about boxing. Yeah, Kinahan has a lot of reach, yeah. But for you, Waved, I like to talk about everything about boxing. But what really got me going with Kinahan, I'm going to tell you what really got me going with this Kinahan thing, is I saw what happened to Deontay Wilder in the first fight. People were saying that he was cheated. I didn't think he was cheating. I was like, okay, I never heard anyone else talk about Kinahan. Yeah, that's right. Kinahan, not other UK YouTubers and Choco, they're scared. Yeah, he can get to their ass over there in the UK. He come over here, man. I mean, it would just be pretty exciting to see Kinahan roll up over here. Not in this neighborhood with all of us guys, retired veterans, man. Somebody getting shot. I just put it to you that way. But so when I first watched Deontay Wilder lose that first fight, because I'm an explicit guy, black and white, the gray area, I don't deal with the gray area. So when people were saying, oh, he was cheated, and some people say, oh, he's a whiner, I remain neutral because, wow, champ, I need to chill on Ken Talk. Yeah, I know, right? I said, I'm not going to sit here and buy into all that. I need proof. And there were a lot of people who attacked me because I said there's no proof. And I said, I just can't get caught up in that conversation. Rap star ain't scared at Wave. But then when I looked at the second fight, right? I watched the second fight, and at the end of that fight, I saw how Deontay Wilder looked like he was just falling apart in the ring, and it just did something seemed wrong with him. But then he started talking about the damn costume and how he has sex before fights. Someone put the juju on him, and someone gave him a drink with spiked water, and Tyson Fury had these objects in his gloves. And I was like, okay, hold on. This man taking it to the stupid, right? That's what I initially said. And then you saw these sparring partners come out on Tyson Fury saying that he was cheating in sparring, padding out gloves, putting these egg weights in the gloves, and they were showing the gloves, and nobody said anything to those guys. And it caught my attention, but I still didn't buy into it. Yeah, craziness. I didn't buy into it. I said there's no proof. But I was wondering, why hasn't Tyson Fury come out and sued these guys, or at least defended himself, you know? So I said, okay, no problem. Deontay Wilder, everybody looking at him as someone who's just a complainer, someone who's a whiner. He can't accept his defeat. But I did start having some questions like, all right, what the hell's going on? But the gloves did look funky, but I was like, nah. People were raking me against the coals because I just wouldn't. I'm not a bandwagonist. I don't care if a million people are saying something. I'm a black and white guy. There's got to be some proof there. But then the third fight happens, right? And I remember I'm thinking, Deontay Wilder said he has this dent in his skull. Where's the dent? You know? Third fight happens. And Deontay Wilder says he didn't want to mess up the fight, mess up his money. That's why he didn't sue Tyson Fury. But he knows he was cheated. And I'm still not, I'm listening, but I'm not quite convinced. But I'm gonna tell you what happened. At the end of the third fight, I saw how the fight went, right? And then I didn't think much of the fight. I just said, damn, Tyson Fury it was a tough fight. They both were hurting each other. Tyson Fury just won the fight. But then I started to hear about this guy named Kinahan. And when I started to do my research, I said, okay, damn, Tyson Fury's hooked up with this. He's a consultant to Bob Arum. See, that's what made me start to pay attention. It was after the third fight. I'm like, why would Bob Arum be paying Kinahan, this mob boss, a couple $1 million a fight and consultation fees? Man, get out of here. Bob Arum been in boxing 40, 50 years. He needs a consultant. And I watched some of it, but I didn't watch the whole thing. But I am going to watch. There's so many out there, but there's one documentary by the BBC on Kinahan. I watched like 20 minutes of it, but I haven't finished it. But continuing on, right? When I saw that Bob Arum, Panorama, okay. When I saw Bob Arum was paying this man millions of dollars, and I saw that he had paid him millions of dollars for, I think, the first two Wilder fights, I said, oh, hold on a second. That's when I said, and then I developed an understanding. This man's known for him and his enforcers intimidating people in boxing, intimidating decision makers, referees, the commission, judges, promoters, networks, right? Once I found that out, I said, shit, if it's possible that he did affect Jack Reese, gave Fury that long count. I started to look at what happened. That first fight, why did Jack Reese drop down on his knees, right? Yeah, he dropped down on his knees, and I thought he was about to either, when he got in front of, a gangster, when he got in front of Tyson Fury's face after Deontay Wilder knocked Tyson Fury out cold in that first round, I said, Jack Reese is going to do one of two things. He's either going to give Tyson Fury mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, or he's going to tongue kiss him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how close he got to the man's face. So I said, what the hell is going on? See, now this is this is me watching the fight after I learned about the Kinahan stuff. I said, damn, he was screaming in his face to wake him up. I said, oh, this is crazy. So then I watched the count, and Jack Reese looking over here. Tyson Fury got up. Come to me. Step back. Go to the left. Go to the right. Now, slide to the left. Slide to the right. Everybody, I was like, yo, what the fuck? He got this man dancing? So I said, all right, cool. No problem, right? I watched the second fight. I just saw Tyson Fury in the second fight. He just beat Deontay Wilder down. He just beat Deontay Wilder down in the second fight. But I was watching the gloves. I was watching the dirty tactics, because Tyson Fury fought extremely dirty in that fight. Deontay Wilder didn't fight dirty. Deontay was hitting him. Tyson Fury was hitting him in the back of the head. Tyson Fury was leaning on him, pulling on him, putting his forearm in him, elbowing him. Tyson Fury fought a dirty, nasty fight in the second fight. But at the end of the day, this is boxing. It's not a tickling contest. So I looked at that and I said, okay. And I still didn't quite get caught up into it, but I said, something stinks, right? But it wasn't. So then I watched the third fight and I saw some of those counts seem long. I said, damn, that count seemed long. Tyson Fury is still kind of fighting a little dirty, but Deontay Wilder was handling his business. Like, it was very competitive. So now it has my attention. I'm like, yeah, it's possible, but I still didn't buy into it. It's not until Conor Ben tested positive for those PEDs and that Usman Sajjad guy's name came up. And when I found out that Usman Sajjad had been working with Tyson Fury since Tyson Fury returned to boxing, that's when I said, all right, enough is enough. You know what I mean? There are too many indicators there for me to not pay attention, and in my opinion, for everyone else to not pay attention. Now, I'll tell you this. There's no proof. Deontay Wilder said there's no proof. But you can't make me believe that Tyson Fury has this guy Kinahan on his team, said he's going to lead him to unimaginable wealth and get him back to on top of the heavyweight division. This is when they first started meeting, when Tyson Fury was first talking about coming back to boxing. Ben Davison was there. Ben Davison wrote a book where he addressed all that shit, right? So you can't sit here and tell me, man, that Kinahan didn't have something to do with Tyson Fury coming back. When Tyson Fury fought Otto Wallen, his damn eyeball had fallen out the socket. They didn't stop that fight. I was like, why haven't they stopped the fight? Anybody else, they would have stopped the fight with a cut like that. Nope. They let it keep going. Why? Oh, well, they just want to make the Wilder fight so he can't afford to take a loss. Nah, it's because Kinahan's behind the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? They sit there and give Tyson Fury a loss. Somebody gonna die. Then you find out Usman Sajjad. Okay, Tyson Fury's taking these pads from this guy Usman Sajjad. Now there's no proof, but that's what I believe. He gets in there with Wilder. Kinahan sound like the name of a god, right? Kinahan. Fury gets in there with Wilder. He gets knocked out cold. Okay, how the hell is he able to take a shot like that, even though I think Jack Reese woke him up? But he gets up and he keeps fighting like nothing happened to him. Same thing with Tommy Fury yesterday, getting his ass touched up by Jake Paul with some hard shots, pushing through it and fighting from the first second of the first round to the last second of the last round. You can't make me believe Dr. Usman Sajjad has something to do with Tommy Fury's performance. But then Deontay Wilder goes into the second fight. Tyson Fury had this. He did fight a different style in the first fight, but now the second fight, Tyson Fury has this Herculean power. Come on, man. Tyson Fury all of a sudden is a knockout puncher. He got that juice in him. Deontay Wilder in the first round hit Tyson Fury clean with a right hand. Tyson Fury, he ate that shit like it was a grape. Then you go into the third fight. They're fighting hard. Deontay Wilder was in a life or death situation. He hit Tyson Fury. You seen the ripples go down Tyson Fury's body. All that fat just wiggle, 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 wiggle. Tyson Fury got up. He went down again, got up, and then fight. I mean, fought like, it's just like having a bulletproof vest. That bullets just, like the punches were just bouncing off this man. And he's fighting like he never took any damage. Because I'm going to tell y'all, with these pads, it's not just making you stronger. It's not just giving you more stamina and endurance. It can help with your punch resistance. I'm not making this up. I've done extensive research. I can't call the peds off the top of my head, but I know for a fact it helps with stamina, increases testosterone levels, increases power, increases endurance, and it helps with punch resistance. Now, to know that Tyson Fury had this guy Kinahan and this guy Dr. Usman in his corner since he returned to boxing, that's why I believe that Deontay Wilder was cheated in those fights. I don't believe in all this egg weights in the glove shit. You know, I just can't see someone putting an egg weight in the glove, especially to have it on the outside of their hand. You break. I mean, that's no. Maybe if he's holding it on like as a fist, but to have the egg weight like right on your knuckles, that's like having on brass knuckles and then putting a glove on. And like, come on, man. I find that hard to believe. But I do believe uh, Tyson Fury did use some foul tactics. He did have an advantage going into those fights for him to perform in the ring and for things happening behind the scenes. Some people aren't going to agree with me. Sure can bend your ear. Yeah, I'm just being real with you, man. So when I explain it to you like that, I'll say like I said in that video, there's no proof. But where there's smoke, you'll probably find some fire. And ever since I did that video like 3 months ago, look at what's going on in boxing. Saudi Arabia, all these fights. Look at what's happening. Look at Tyson Fury. Look at what's going on. Yeah, Fury fought Otto Wallin and struggled. Maybe he cycled off of that fight. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. I don't know. But I know he got caught with a shot. And you know that happens in boxing. And when he got caught with that shot, Tyson Fury had to go to his backup plan, which was to stick and move and not get hit in that cut again. Because that cut, like I said, look like his eyeball was gonna fall out. But hey, that's just me. You know, there are some people who will come out here. I've had like, I don't know, 5 people leave comments on my channel, you know, with profanity. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm a snitch. I'll report you. You come calling me out my name and stuff like that. You want to act your shoe size. I'm calling the police. YouTube police. Get them out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to block you and report you. But just because I have an opinion, I don't care. Anybody can disagree with me. It's cool. I think that's healthy dialogue. But that's just my opinion, man. And I'll tell anyone. I don't have any proof of it. But where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm like Charleston White. Charleston White to call the police. I'm like Shaquille O'Neal. I'm like Eubank Sr. I got me a police badge over here. I got me a police badge. You come playing around, I'll get the YouTube police on you. But I just think there's some foul play that's gone on. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Tyson Fury needed to cheat. I don't think he needed to cheat. I don't think he needed that. You look at what Tyson Fury was able to do with Klitschko. You know what I'm saying? With Klitschko. I mean, Klitschko was still, for the most part, in his prime. You can't come out here and tell me Tyson Fury needed to gain an unfair advantage. But at the same time, when you take a lot of drugs, you're abusing alcohol, that breaks your body down. So you couldn't have gone into any fight when he returned into the sport with any real confidence, unless he was trying to find a way to kind of expedite his recovery process, and with the right combination of supplements or drugs that can help do that. And that's where I think Usman Sajjad came into play. But then again, hey, look, we're just having a conversation, man. But I think what we're saying, I think it makes sense. So you get some people just come out with stuff from left field. I'm not like that. Like I actually sit here and think it through. And when some people post comments on the videos, I don't have time to type up 10 paragraphs. I'll just refer them to a video. Go watch this video. And I'm not trying to be rude, man. It's just, it tells me that people aren't watching. If you really follow the channel, you can't watch every video. I'm almost at 1,800 subscribers. I have 1,100 videos. It's a lot of videos to watch. But I've been doing a lot of shorts too. But at least go and search across my channel for like Kinahan or Tyson Fury. And then you'll see those videos I've done where I've talked about it. And I always try to remain fair. You know, I try to be fair to Tyson Fury. to Deontay Wilder, to everyone. Sometimes I make jokes, but I try to be fair. But when it comes to Deontay Wilder, I'm not sitting here trying to feel sorry for Deontay Wilder. I'm not trying to alibi for Deontay Wilder. What I'm telling you is, forget about that. He got hyped up. Yeah. What I'm saying is, forget about Deontay Wilder, and let's try to strip the emotion away. Really take a look at this crap that was going on with Tyson Fury into those water fights, and look at what's going on right now with Tyson Fury in Saudi Arabia. Even Deontay Wilder is going out to getting some. Are you going to make an updated video about the Saudi Arabia Kinahan PROBELLUM CHISORA connection? Of course. I gotta get smart on Kinahan and Schaefer and PROBELLUM. But now I'm glad you dropped. I'm glad you dropped those facts in this chat, because I'm gonna go back and look at the Super Six tournament, and I'm gonna try to find images of Kinahan out there, because when the Super Six took place, nobody was paying Kinahan no attention. Shit, I saw videos where Kinahan is coming to the ring congratulating the winners of fights, not for the Super Six, but for other boxing matches. So Kinahan, he wasn't a behind the scenes guy. Kinahan was like John Gotti. He wanted to be right in the public. You know what I'm saying? Kinahan wanted to be in the limelight. He wanted to be received with praise. He wanted to be lauded. So I'm sure when I go out here and look this up, I will. Don't forget Eddie Hearn signing Peter McGrail. He was Kinahan's favorite fighter on PROBELLUM. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll go back and play this live for the comments you're putting, and I'll just kind of scan through for the comments, so I'll be prompted when I'm actually trying to do the video to know what I'm looking for. But it all makes sense, man. But I'm sure Kinahan is all over the internet in videos and interviews. When you really start to peel the layers back, I'm sure he's out there. But man, if I could take it all the way back to Saudi Arabia, Super Six, and see Kinahan, big potato head, right there in the middle of the action. Anybody who doesn't believe Kinahan's still involved in boxing in the Middle East, they're just choosing to ignore the facts. And I do think with time, man, we're gonna get more information. How has he still not been caught? You think he's in Saudi? I think he's somewhere in the Middle East. I know I think they flushed him out of Dubai. They flushed him out. Hey, look, they may be hiding him in Saudi Arabia. If he's really helped the Saudi Arabian government, remember, who knows what you scratch my back, I scratch your back type thing was going on out there in Saudi just to make that damn Super Six tournament. And who knows how the Saudi government benefited. So maybe they feel like, okay, as long as you're here and you keep helping us, in particular, to build our sports affairs, and to get the international community to see us in a different light, because that's something else. John Fury, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. Matter of fact, all of those guys, if you watch, they weren't just first thanking the prince, thanking the king of Saudi Arabia. They were also trying to encourage people to come to Saudi. It's not what you think it is. It's not what people says it is. Actually, great. Yeah, Kinahan is a great boxing promoter. You know, they were saying very positive things to try to convince the world that Saudi Arabia is great. But I do think if Kinahan can get more of the international community using boxing as a vehicle to receive Saudi in a different light, I definitely think the Saudis will protect him. I'm telling you, there's nobody from the United States or from the international community running in on Saudi Arabia. They're just not going to run up on Saudi Arabia for Kinahan. Again, it's one thing if Kim Jong-un launched one of them nuclear missiles and blew stuff up. You know what I'm saying? It'd be different. This is Kinahan. But yeah, I think he's in Saudi, and I think he's chilling. I don't think he's stupid enough to try to get on a private jet and fly to where his dad is hiding out in Zimbabwe. I think he's in Zimbabwe in Africa. I don't think he's stupid to go do that. I think he's staying put and he's safe and his movements are limited and he's living a very good life. And that's what I think. But if he gets kind of confident, he can make he all of this could fall apart. But he's not going to do that. There's too much right now. There's too much money. Just imagine this, right? If AJ and you can go to Saudi, my understanding is AJ made like I don't know, 60 to 80 million, maybe more, right? Usyk made like 40 million. That's crazy. If those guys are making that kind of money, how much money is being generated for the kingdom of Saudi Arabia? How much money is going to Canada? Being able to come up with that kind of money to pay Usyk and AJ. What's the benefit? That could be what it is. We'll pay you guys a lot of money, have the event here. Those numbers aren't true. You think they're exaggerated? It could be exaggerated. I don't know. Wilder not on AJ level. No, Wilder's not. You're talking about Wilder, great live champ. I appreciate it. You're talking about Wilder not being on AJ's level as far as popularity. Yeah, Wilder's definitely the harder hitter. Let me go my butt in the house. Make sure this thing connects. Wilder's definitely the hitter out of him and AJ. No doubt about that. Oh, back in the crib. Oh, my office, man. Yeah. Wilder's definitely the harder hitter, you know what I'm saying? No doubt about that. But yeah, I think AJ is a bigger name, bigger draw, and it is what it is at this point, man. Wilder has a lot of work to do if Deontay Wilder wants to try to sit there and ever get to the level that AJ's at as far as marketability and his overall value. But I just think that's those goals are extremely lofty. This point in his career, I just don't think he can do that stateside. He's really going to have to go overseas somewhere and find people who are going to want to give him big money. You know what I'm saying? And because he's just not going to find it over here. But man, this has been a very good live. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about before I go get myself something to eat and you guys go on about your day? Very, very good inputs from everybody, man. And hopefully everybody took something from this. Did you check out WebEx, champ? Nah, but I'm on my computer right now, so I'm gonna type that in. WebEx. Is PBC done? Yeah, you can call me tomorrow at 10. I'm gonna okay. I'm looking at WebEx right now. So Bully Block, I'll look at WebEx and see about setting it up to where y'all could call in. But is PBC done? I mean, I don't know, man. I know PBC still puts on a lot of events. They have a lot of cards still airing on Showtime. But as far as for the big names, like, I don't know. There's something going on. We could talk about what PBC has done in the past. We know PBC has put on huge events. But at the end of the day, we're talking about right now in boxing. And I think something's wrong. I do. But don't get me wrong. We know what PBC has kind of carried boxing for the last few years. They still have events taking place on Showtime, but I think something's going on behind the scenes. And it's like I said, I was talking with somebody about that. And I do feel this year, at some point, there's going to be a whistleblower who's going to come out and talk a little bit more about some of the issues in the turmoil over at PBC. But what I will say is it would have to take somebody, I think, to really feel like an Adrien Broner type person to really come out. And plus, Adrien Broner, BLK dropped Adrien Broner, but someone who really feels like maybe they didn't get treated fairly because there's so much loyalty to Al Heyman. Because Al Heyman, you guys heard the saying, I won't go catch the fish for you, but I'll teach you how to fish. He taught those guys how to fish. and he put a lot of money in their pockets. He changed a lot of their lives. So even if there's something I think unfortunate taking place, I can't see any of those big name fighters coming out and trying to slander Al Heyman or PBC. I see them more or less just kind of not saying anything at all. But I think guys like Adrian Broner, he's like a wounded animal. And, you know, a wounded animal is like the worst type of animal to come across. Because Adrian Broner, basically, PBC and Al Heyman and Showtime, they cut ties with him. And then now BLK Prime has kind of cut ties with him. So Adrian Broner's in the breeze. That's the one you got to worry about because he'll say anything. And especially if he, unfortunately, if he gets back on the alcohol, which he's not on alcohol, he's not smoking, he's not doing anything crazy. He looks like he's really trying to land a good deal so he can have some fights and make some money. Top Rank will take over. You think? I'll say this: Top Rank is consistent. Top Rank is consistent. You know, for anyone to sit here and say Top Rank is not consistent, yeah, that's a foul. And you look at the thing, Top Rank's been doing this for a long time. They know what they're doing. You know, Bob Arum and his team know what they're doing. And even with Edgar Berlanga, I think they were doing the right thing by slowing him down. I don't mean slowing him down as far as his activity, but as far as putting him in there with, like, you know, real threats. Because Edgar Berlanga's defense is his face. You can't just come into a fight thinking you're going to, he's not Triple G. You can't just walk through, Triple G has a different kind of chin. You can't just walk through punches with your face. Okay? But now he's over there with Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn's already looking to throw him to the wolves by lining him up with Daniel Jacobs. Now, don't get me wrong. Daniel Jacobs is older, hasn't fought in a year. So when we think about Daniel Jacobs, we still think about, you know, that killer who knocked out Peter Quillen, the guy who got in there with Derevianchenko, the guy who got in there, he lost to, some people say he lost to Derevianchenko. He lost to Triple G. He lost to Canelo because he didn't let his hands go. But the reason he lost those fights is, I think, because of his trainer, not because he couldn't have won. When you go to these trainers, like I say, that take a lion and turn him into a pussycat, you know, they take the carnivore and turn him into a herbivore. That's what happens. And that's what I think ultimately affected Jacobs. But we'll see what happens. But I definitely think Top Rank and Matchroom, they're not going anywhere. And, you know, I hope the other platforms can stay in business, but I don't know. You don't hear anyone complaining about Matchroom and their money at Matchroom. And the only time you hear complaints at Top Rank is when, you know, some of these fighters feel like they're not getting maybe the money they deserve because they're looking at what everyone else is making. But Bob Arum's not going to overpay you. You got to earn that. Bob Arum's been in business for a while because he knows how to run a business. It's like Dana White. Dana White it's a UFC. It's not boxing, but he's running a business. He could be paying those guys $3-4 million a fight, but he's not going to. And those guys, they need him. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, anything else y'all want to talk about before I end this live? I appreciate everybody jumping on here, man. It means a lot to me. Very good live. Outstanding discussions, man. I'll give y'all like 2 minutes before I end the live in case there's a delay and you guys sending a message or anything. That way I can, you know, we can continue with that dialogue. Let me see something. See, I'm back at the crib now. All right. Nobody have anything else? Go ahead and mute that. Top Rank will take over. PBC looking bad. PBC did check out WebEx. Fury didn't get out. I need to find out if they got that money or not. Okay. All right. Oh, speak tomorrow, champ. Okay. Y'all take care. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Did you see Mayweather flop his last fight? Oh, yeah. I saw the Mayweather against Chalmer. I saw it. Like 2,000 tickets sold, 2,500 tickets sold. Yeah, I saw that. But Mayweather looked sharp. Mayweather looked good. But yeah, whoever promoted that fight lost a lot of money. They lost a lot of money because they just. But Mayweather said something about it was only like 4 weeks to promote the fight, and the ball was dropped on someone's end. I don't know, but at the end of the day, Mayweather got his money. So I'm not going to say he doesn't care, but he was basically just saying that I'm not racist, but being a fighter, I wouldn't want to fight in Saudi Arabia. Okay, but Mayweather was just saying they just didn't have enough time to promote the fight. The people who were supposed to be promoting it, they didn't do it. Plus, a lot of people went to see Jake Paul. Jake Paul, and they were more, focusing on Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. So it is what it is. But he said, Bully Block says he wouldn't want to fight in Saudi. I don't know, man. I've been all over the world. I've been to Saudi. Saudi's a cool place. I mean, WebEx. Yeah, I'll look into WebEx. I'm gonna look into it. But it's just like being over here, man. In the sense of if you're out here doing something, committing a crime, somebody's gonna say something to you. It's just a little different over there. You going out there, man, and infringing on their cultural beliefs and breaking laws. Yeah, they're definitely more iron-fisted, man. You don't want to do that. So just go to Saudi Arabia. It's like, I always say, just conduct yourself as a professional. You don't have nothing to worry about. I've been saying that about Mayweather on my channel. Yeah. As long as you conduct yourself as a professional, whether you're stateside, overseas, in the workplace, I mean, out and about, going to different eateries, man, you shouldn't have too many problems. You know what I'm saying? But if you act like a jackass, it's probably not going to work out well for you. So it is what it is, But they give those guys briefings before they go and have to travel to Saudi Arabia. I'm sure there are briefings about the culture and everything else. So yeah, they give them a heads up. These are kind of the do's and don'ts. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, anything else before I call it a day? You think Ryan can beat Tank? I think Ryan can beat Tank. Will he beat Tank? I put it to this way. I think Ryan can beat Tank. Ryan, he's tall. He's got the reach. He has unbelievable speed. And that left hand is a problem, right? So you got to be fair to Ryan. He can beat Tank. The best fighter doesn't win. It's the boxer who fights the best on that night. But I'm going to tell you what I think the difference is between Ryan and Tank. Without really breaking down each fighter, I think it's Tank's patience. His patience and his eyes. What I'm saying, if you watch Tank, when he's in the ring, he's always watching and he's patient. He sets traps as well. So with Ryan Garcia, I think Tank's going to knock him out cold. And the reason I say that is because Ryan Garcia gets a little anxious and he keeps his chin straight up in the air. In addition to that, Ryan Garcia is still with Joe Goossen and they're still trying to figure each other out. But there's something that Ryan Garcia and Joe Goossen said that I didn't like. Joe Goossen said that Ryan Garcia knows so much about boxing that where when he's trying to tell Ryan Garcia something, Ryan Garcia stops and tells him no. And then Ryan Garcia tells Joe Goossen, well, this is what I think should be done. And Joe Goossen's like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe that's a better idea. Now, I think there should be open communication. But at the end of the day, the trainer's the trainer, the fighter's the fighter. When you have someone like Ryan Garcia who wants to come up now and tell the trainer, you're wrong, that's a problem for me. So I think when Ryan gets in there to fight Tank, who's been with Calvin for I don't know how, since he was 6 years old, 7 years old, and Tank who's been active, Tank fought tall guys, fought guys with speed. He knows how to neutralize that. I got to give Tank the advantage. But if Tank for some reason tried the jab to the body, and he stays there too long, Ryan Garcia is quick enough to counter and hurt Tank. But we just have to wait and see. Also, he's got to get past all the build-up marketing with losing mind or getting a big head on social media. Yeah, that's true. But it's a good fight. I think Ryan Garcia is a good fighter. I just think it's the patience of Tank. Ryan will get anxious and try to come in, especially if he happens to hit Tank and maybe buzz him a little bit. Ryan's going to go buck wild, and Tank's going to, because Tank can hide his left hand. Sometimes he hides that left hand. You don't even see it, and it comes out of nowhere. So we'll see. But it's a good fight. But I got a favorite Tank in that one. But Ryan Garcia has what it takes to pull off the upset. Let me see. Y'all got anything else before I kill this? Okay. I appreciate y'all coming on, man. I'm going to go ahead and get something to eat now. Y'all keep cool. I'm going to do that video. Can PBC afford a Canelo fight? Can PBC afford a Canelo fight? No. What PBC will try to do, they're going to try to put it on strictly pay-per-view. They're not going to give Canelo no damn $30, $40 million guarantee that he's getting over there at DAZN. No. There's no way in the world that PBC, Showtime, anyone's going to put that kind of money up. No way. No way. Nah, hell no. Canelo, let me tell you something. Canelo is doing kind of what Mayweather did. But Mayweather went to Showtime, arranged the biggest or the most lucrative deal for any athlete in history. That's what Canelo's doing. Canelo went over there getting real money. When he was over by PBC, he was entertaining them, but Canelo's going to keep bouncing around where he can get the most money. But right now, PBC is not the place. They don't have that kind of money. Showtime, they don't have that kind of budget for Canelo. They just don't have it. For them to do it, they'll probably offer Canelo like a $5 million guarantee, and then 50-60% of the pay-per-view sales. But we know with pay-per-view, remember, only 45% of that goes to the promoter. And then from there, the promoter and the fighter split that 45%. So you got to understand that breakdown. And then the next thing with that pay-per-view crap is the fighter doesn't get all that money up front. They got to wait, and then the money just kind of trickles in. The pay-per-view money just kind of trickles in. So, yeah, I don't think PBC, Showtime, I don't think they can afford any of the fighters right now, especially Canelo. There's some struggles over there. All right, man. I think we're good. Y'all keep cool, man. I'm going to go ahead and jump off. I'll hit y'all up later. Watch out for the videos. I'm going to do that video about Kinahan, PROBELLUM, about all that crap going on in the Middle East. I'm going to do that one today. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.